If I asked you, what's a creature even lions avoid to fight? What comes to your mind? The respective animal can survive a black mamba bite, wake up from being seemingly dead, and walk away like nothing happened. Scientists call it almost impossible. Nature calls it the honey badger. Its existence is what happens when nature forgets to install the fear gene. Rangers saw it charge their Land Rovers. Zookeepers have watched it engineer prison breaks. And predators have learned the hard way. Don't mess with this animal. This ferocious little guy is a member of the weasel family. It can be found in sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, and Western Asia. Its stout body and black and white markings make it distinctive. Named after its love for honey and bee larvae, the honey badger has no problem raiding beehives and devouring the colony. Being an omnivore, it isn't picky about what it eats. Insects, frogs, even venomous snakes. And if they're still hungry after that, they'll dig a sleeping porcupine out of its burrow and eat that too. Their powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth crunch through the toughest tissues. But the insatiable appetite is just the beginning. The honey badger is most famous for its outrageous behavior. Its aggression is perhaps their most notable trait. Honey badgers let out guttural growls when threatened. And rather than backing down, they will attack. They have no fear of taking on fully grown lions or defending themselves against hyenas. You think your dog is brave? A honey badger will fight a leopard. Think that's already impressive. It will chase a pride of lions from their kill. And if you're still not convinced, one was filmed attacking a moving Land Rover just because it got too close. A ranger in Kruger National Park once told the story. The honey badger didn't run away from the Land Rover. It charged at it. It attacked the tire, bit into the rubber, and refused to let go even as the vehicle was moving. The ranger said it was the most terrifying thing he'd ever seen, coming from a professional encountering very different animals than the honey badger. It doesn't just act fiercely, but also is adapted in a way that comes in handy when cheating death. Watch this. The black mamba is often considered the most feared snake in Africa owing to its size, aggressive nature, and lethal toxicity. A grown human will likely collapse within 45 minutes of being bitten and will most likely be dead within 7 hours. But the honey badger has its own rules. After coming in contact with the poison, it takes a nap and wakes up hungry, as if nothing had happened. Imagine being bitten by a snake, falling asleep then and there, and waking up ready for breakfast. That could be a regular Tuesday for a honey badger. How does a creature survive encounters like these? While the snake venom does penetrate the thick skin and enters the bloodstream, the honey badger has developed a defense mechanism against it. Many venoms contain neurotoxins which affect the nervous system, causing paralysis. The neurotoxins bind to receptors, blocking signals from the brain. But the honey badger has evolved a tiny mutation in the form of its receptors. It has different shaped receptors, meaning that the neurotoxin can't bind and has no effect. That mutation is powerful enough to laugh at death itself. Here's another essential part of the honey badger's toolbox. It is equipped with armor-like skin. Not heavily plated like an armadillo, but incredibly thick, around 6 millimeters, which is thicker than a leather jacket. That's why bee stings don't land, and their venom doesn't enter the bloodstream. There would only be the pain of being stung as the skin is full of nerve endings. But the honey badger simply doesn't care too much. In addition to that, its skin isn't just thick, it's baggy and loose too, which constitutes another survival strategy. When grabbed by a predator, It can wriggle and writhe around, whipping its head to take a bite or twisting itself free. To make it even more impressive, the honey badger displays remarkable intelligence too. For proof, let's have a look at the legendary story of Stoffel. Zookeepers in a South African wildlife center watched in disbelief as a honey badger named Stoffel carried a rake across his enclosure, positioned it against the wall, tested the angle like an engineer, and casually climbed out. They reinforced the walls.
I said, Stoffel, the days of your escape are over, buddy.
He simply piled rocks into a staircase.
Then he dug up the rocks and he'd roll them with his back feet to the wall until he piled them up high enough.
They removed the rocks.
So he took all the rocks away.
He continued using a tree branch to escape over the wall. They finally removed all objects, only for him to then dug under the wall.
The intelligence is just beyond anything.
This went on for months, and Stoffel became a legend.
This was like a game for Stoffel. Every time I devised some plan, it was like a game for him to work out how could he get over this.
One time after fleeing his cage, he attacked lions in an enclosure close by. They did nothing to him, but he just walked straight into their cage, knowing well how this could end. Stoffel got hurt and recovered successfully, only to later break out again and go straight back to the lions to pick another fight. He escaped so many times that the zoo eventually gave up and just let him roam free during the day. This problem-solving ability gives them an advantage when threatened. But if there's ever a situation in which the honey badgers are overwhelmed, cornered with no way out, what do you think they turn to? It's feigning death. They throw themselves on the ground, rolling onto their backs and lying stock still to trick the predator who loses interest and moves on. Despite their incredible toughness, honey badgers are definitely not immortal. In certain places, they are under threat from farmers protecting their beehives and livestock. They are also hunted for traditional medicine and bushmeat. Also, lions and leopards do hunt honey badgers successfully. So, they aren't immortal, just absurdly hard to kill. Sometimes the best defense isn't being the biggest or the strongest. It's being too crazy to mess with. The honey badger doesn't cheat death. It just refuses to play by its rules. And humans try to learn from it as scientists are now studying the honey badger's DNA to potentially create new antivenoms. So, this fearless creature might just hold the key to saving millions of lives.